Welcome to the Flora podcast, a place where we help you create a life you're excited about. Welcome back to the podcast. I'm Flora, and today we're going to talk about process clutter, what it is, and why it might sneak up on you. If you're new to my podcast, I'm Flora. I'm a simplification coach, and I've been helping people align into a life that they absolutely love by helping them to declutter the 9 types of clutter that are truly just unnecessary in their life. So what are these 9 types of clutter? They are environmental clutter, mental, spiritual, emotional, digital, financial, daily, body, and process clutter. And again, today we're going to talk about process clutter. So what is a process? A process is the way that you go about accomplishing or achieving something. So this is typically something that you start and then you go through a process and then you finish it. This could be how someone builds a model, like if you are into building models. You start the process by purchasing the model kit, and then you open the box and you take all the pieces out and you can read the directions and you pick apart the little pieces and put them together, glue them, screw them, whatever it is together, paint it, the whole shebang. This is the same thing if you buy something from IKEA and you put this shelf together. You can read the directions, you can try to wing it, but ultimately it is how you complete a project from start to finish. Many of my listeners love to plan and organize, or at least you try to. But sometimes just the process of planning, the process of trying to figure out what to do next can be so overwhelming that you just give up and you're just like, I don't understand why this takes me so long. I don't understand why, what I'm doing wrong. I've got an example for you. So I've got this client of mine and I was speaking with her about her processes. And she said, well, I have all of my lists and then I have my list of lists. And I was like, hang on, full stop. What? And she said, oh yeah, I've got my financial goals and all of my financial to-dos that I've written down in a notebook. And then I have another notebook with all my health goals and all the health to-dos. And then I have another notebook. And she has notebooks literally for days. And then she says, and then I have a master list that has all of the, and I'm just like, okay, so you're getting ready to get ready to get ready. She goes, well, shit, yeah. So then I was like, what if you just have one list on your refrigerator of your priorities and then those goals under that? So you literally just can glance at it and know the process. And she's just like, can I do that? And I'm like, well, yes, you can do whatever you want. This is your process. But from what I'm hearing you say, the process that you currently have is too overwhelming. It's just, you're getting ready to get ready to get ready to do something. And by the time you actually are ready to do it, you're exhausted because you've gone through 4 different notebooks trying to figure out what to do next. And she's just like, oh my gosh, yes, I hate this. And I'm like, it's okay. And I said, so where did you learn this type of organizational technique? She goes, I had to figure it out myself. I didn't have anybody teach me this. And I'm just like, okay, I have a podcast idea. So one of the things that her and I worked on over the next couple of days is figuring out and dialing in what her priorities are. So her priorities are her health, her intimate relationship, the health of that, as well as her thriving business. And then I was just like, okay, so your health, what is involved with your health? What are the things that you know make you feel energetic, that make you as healthy as you can be? And she said, well, good food that energizes me, working out a couple of times a week, getting enough sleep, decluttering my home. And she goes through and she shared all those things. And I said, okay, perfect. So she put all of those on one piece of paper, and then she put that piece of paper up on her refrigerator. Previously, her process, and she was failing at it. And that's one of the reasons why she came to me. She's just like, I need to get more healthy. I want to create a stronger relationship with my partner. I've got all these things. And she's like, I just don't understand why I keep falling short. And so when I shared with her, well, because you're getting ready to get ready, you're using all of your energy, all of that brain power, all of that willpower to sit down and go through all of these lists where you could just be taking action. And when you take action and actually do the process, you're cutting out all this extra work. And she's just like, oh my gosh, this is crazy. So it wasn't that she wasn't clear about what she wanted. She was very clear about what she wanted. But the process in which she was going about it was making it really hard and really challenging for her to actually get to that end result that she wanted. So now that she's had several weeks to process this, literally and metaphorically, she came back to me and she's just like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. I feel like I have so much extra time, and the things that I'm choosing to do, I literally just glance at my fridge and, oh yeah, I'm going to do this today. I'm going to do that. I'm going to do this. And her process from A to Z before, again, was going through these notebooks. Okay, what do I need to do? How am I going to do it? What do I want to wear when I do this? What music? And she's like, okay, stop. All I have to do is glance at that fridge, and I understand that is my process. I don't have to do all these extra steps. I don't have to get ready to get ready. I can just say, what's the end result that I'm looking for? And that's my question for you today. What's the end result that you want in your life? Her end result is a thriving, happy, successful relationship, a thriving, profitable business, and health, energy, and vitality. And the steps that you take to achieve those things typically are very simple. Simple doesn't mean easy. Simple doesn't mean minimalistic. Simple doesn't mean hard either. Simple can be simple. Where the simple comes from is we declutter all that unnecessary stuff, aka the process in which we're going about getting that result, and just doing the things that we know are going to get results. And sometimes we don't know what will give us results. And that's when you just go by trial and error, or you hire a coach that has been there, done that, so that they can guide you on the things that have been proven to work in the past for themselves and or other clients. Think about the processes that you have in your life. Think about the things that you go about doing on a daily basis. And I want you to think about when you start something and then when you finish it. How long does it typically take you? Do you feel exhausted at the end? Do you feel energized at the end? Does it feel like it just takes forever to do something? If so, you need to look at your process. You need to look at, are you making this more complicated than it needs to be? One of the things that it just comes natural to me is simplifying things. I've been able to do this ever since I was a kid. If you're struggling with this, I am offering special rate single sessions. Click the link in the show notes. Let's talk. These are hour-long power hour sessions, and I can help you clear your processes so that when you go and do something, you're doing it in the most efficient manner. And essentially what we're doing is we're decluttering those unnecessary steps that you don't really need to take. I mean, if you want to take them, you can, but chances are the reason why you're not getting results, it's not for lack of trying. It's not for lack of effort. It's just because you have too many steps along the way. So you're burning your reserves, your energy reserves. So you fizzle out before you get to the end. You fizzle out before you get the result that you want. And that's what I specialize at. I specialize at decluttering the unnecessary to help you find the most efficient way to achieve whatever it is that you want to achieve. So click the link in the show notes. Let's talk. But in the meantime, I really want you to think about those things that you absolutely love doing, that you do efficiently, and then those things that seem cumbersome. And try to rethink the way that you're doing those things that feel cumbersome, and just ask yourself, how can I make this simpler? How can I streamline this so that it doesn't take as long? So I hope this helps you today. Remember, all it takes is a clear vision of what you want and the willingness to take a single 1-degree shift every single day in that direction to align into a life that you are wildly obsessed with. Thanks for listening, and I will see you in the next episode. Thank you for listening to today's podcast episode. All links mentioned are in today's show notes.